Meet Randy, a devoted employee who spent nearly 25 years helping his company grow. But when the new CEO, Benjamin, takes over, everything goes south. Benjamin hands Randy a mere $3 as severance after forcing him out insulting, right? But this company isn't the same without Randy, and the consequences are far-reaching. What happens next will turn everything upside down, and you won't believe how it all plays out. Stay tuned for a tale of loyalty, betrayal, and the surprising twist that changes everything. My name is Randy Walker. I'm in my 60s and have been working at my current company for about 25 years. At my age, most of my peers have retired. However, I've been with this company since the first CEO, and I have responsibilities only I can handle. Not to brag, but I've earned immense trust from our clients. Some companies continue their contracts with us just because I'm here. So, after discussing with the second CEO, I decided not to retire, but to work at a manageable pace, training my successors. I believe I can still work and plan to keep contributing to this company. Why have I worked here for nearly 25 years and still want to contribute? There's a reason for that. It was about 50 years ago. After dropping out of high school, my family was poor, so I had to start working to help out. However, the world was harsh, and no one wanted to hire a high school dropout. That's understandable. The skills and strengths of a high school dropout are quite limited. I was always at the top of my class and loved studying. However, I wasn't very confident in my physical strength, and the only jobs available for a high school dropout were physical labor. As I mentioned, my family was poor, and I wanted to help pay for my siblings' education, but all I could find were physically demanding jobs. I wanted to use my academic abilities to learn while working. 3 days passed as I pondered this. While spending sleepless nights at the park, unable to go home, the first CEO, in his 40s at the time, approached me. His name was Andrew Scott. "Hey, good evening. You're always here, aren't you?" "What's the matter? Did you have a fight with your parents?" "If you'd like, you can tell me about it." "Huh, no. Who are you?" "It's none of your business." "I'm going home." "Sorry, let me introduce myself. My name is Andrew Scott." "Can you see that building over there?" "I'm the CEO of that company." "Well, it's still just starting out." Saying that, Andrew handed me his business card. He had a kind aura and was a big-hearted person who accepted all of me at that time. When I cheerfully told him about my difficult situation, Andrew thought for a while and then spoke to me. "I see, so that's what happened. You're family-oriented and quite mature for your age." "All right, I got it. If you're willing, how about working at my company? It's still just starting out, and I don't know what the future holds. You can stay with my company or gain experience and switch jobs later. It's not a bad offer. What do you think?" I was shocked and froze. Would this company be all right hiring a high school dropout like me? Would I be a burden? Even though I was thinking that, I accepted his offer. Andrew gently patted my head and said he would come to pick me up at that park the next morning, then left. I didn't tell my mom about it. I decided to tell her only if Andrew really came to pick me up and I could actually work. Andrew really came to pick me up the next day. Including Andrew, there were only 4 employees, but they all welcomed me warmly. It was then that I met Andrew's son, Fred Scott, who would later become the second CEO. I think Andrew liked me. He bought everything I needed for work. Suits, leather shoes, bags, everything. When I grew up, I understood how much money that must have cost. Fred was also kind and explained the work to me in a simple and clear way. The whole company probably wanted to go to a bar, but because I was there, they took me to a restaurant instead. Of course, Andrew contacted my mom at those times and brought gifts for my family when he dropped me off. As I worked, The company grew along with us. I got various qualifications and worked hard to contribute to the company, but then Andrew's chronic illness worsened. I had a discussion with Andrew and Fred. Fred suggested that I consider switching jobs because he was unsure if he would take over the company. However, I showed my intention to follow them. Both of them cried with joy. So 25 years ago, Fred, who inherited Andrew's will, became the second CEO and led the new company. The company grew even bigger, and Fred helped me get various qualifications. I became a veteran, but there was still a lot of work to do, and I intended to continue dedicating myself to this company as a way of repaying my debt. And one day, Fred called me in. "Randy, thanks for coming. I have something very important to discuss today." "Hey, you can come in now." "Hey, what's up, Dad? I was off today, but you called me in. And Randy is here too. What do you two want from me?" "Benjamin, can't you do something about your attitude?" "Honestly, Randy, you know him, right?" "This is my son, Benjamin Scott. I'm sorry for the sudden news, but I've decided to let my son take over." "Could you support him if you don't mind?" "If you support him, I'd feel reassured." "Fred, why so suddenly?" "I don't mind supporting him, but did something happen?" "Can I really become the CEO?" "I'm so glad I've worked hard till now. Even though I've been studying to become CEO, you never let me take over. So I was a bit worried. So, can I go home now?" "Geez, fine. Go home now. Randy, you can stay so we can have a conversation." "Got it. See ya, Randy. I look forward to working with you starting tomorrow." As he turned around, Benjamin looked at me with a grin. This was a usual thing, but I never understood why he always grinned at me like that. Benjamin skipped lightly as he left. Gosh, why is he always such a clown? He seemed to work hard at studying to become CEO, but I wonder if we can really leave it to him. You were asking why it was so sudden, right? I think Benjamin will do his best in his own way. Probably. I will support him as much as I can. And yet, it was so sudden, so I was surprised. Is it okay to ask why? Well, it's because of my chronic illness. The same one my dad had. Medical technology has advanced since my dad's time, and it's not immediately life-threatening, but I'll likely need more hospital visits and stays. And since Benjamin is like that, I want to get him used to the work while I can still support him. Oh no, I didn't know you had it too, Fred. Please let me know if there's anything I can do. You should rely on me more. I still haven't repaid my debt. No, you're doing more than enough as it is. My dad would agree. I'm getting older, and it might not be curable, but for now, I'm getting treatment to slow its progress. Randy, I'll be counting on you from now on. I didn't know Fred had the same illness as Andrew. Holding back tears, I enjoyed reminiscing with Fred. It seemed Fred would stay in the company a bit longer to guide Benjamin, but it still felt sad. The next morning, Fred and Benjamin stood in front of everyone at the morning assembly, greeted them, and briefly explained the change in presidency without mentioning Fred's illness. Everyone was surprised, but they said, "If it's a decision made by you all, we have no objections." And after the initial buzz of conversation, we returned to our usual tasks. Things were going to get busy from today, so I buckled down and got to work. Time flew by, and about a month passed. By this time, Fred had started focusing more on his treatment and wasn't coming to the office as much. And it was around this time that the atmosphere of the entire company began to change. Hey, attention, everyone. I told you to handle this project. Who didn't do it? Come forward yourself. I went through all the trouble to land this big project, and the CEO's jobs should be a priority. What's going on here? The one who handled this big project was a new hire. Her name was Emma King, a charming young woman. After graduating from college, she joined another company, but it was exposed for corruption within a year and went bankrupt. Struggling to find a new job, she was discovered by Fred on his way back from the hospital, who suggested she join us. I remember feeling a warm sense of satisfaction, realizing Fred inherited Andrew's kindness. She worked hard every day as my direct subordinate, as explained by Fred. Then Emma came to me, complaining that Benjamin had been persistently asking her out. So I took her to Fred and reported Benjamin's behavior. I asked Emma about the project.
Randy, I really didn't know. It wasn't handed to me directly, but when I checked the data, my name was listed as the person responsible. What should I do?
All right, let's say it was my mistake. I'll go to the CO's office. You can relax and get back to your usual tasks.
But won't that affect your evaluation, Randy?
Emma was such a kind person to be concerned about my evaluation. I had to protect her. I told her not to worry and headed to the CO's office. After knocking, I heard a single word. Come in. When I opened the door and looked up, I was shocked. The entire office was scattered with roses. The lights were off, and there were several sweet-smelling candles. I was so bewildered that I couldn't find any words. Emma, no way. Why are you here? Well, you said the person responsible for that project should come forward. I mean, what's with this room? You mentioned Emma. What's going on? Hey, don't lie and say you are responsible. Emma is the one in charge of that project, right? Why are you here instead of Emma? I was about to ask her out romantically, and now it's ruined. Wait, how do you know Emma was responsible? You were asking who it was back in the office, weren't you? And asking her out. We're working. You shouldn't bring personal matters into this. What? Did I say that? I don't remember. Well, you must have been preoccupied with something else. And I also wanted to talk about this project. The project is legit. I got it myself. Anyway, Randy, you can handle it. Oh, and when you get back to the office, call Emma over. This project conditions are ridiculous. The procurement costs are higher than usual, and the delivery time is too short. No one will take on a project like this. And I can't call Emma. She's busy with her tasks. High costs? I don't know what you are talking about. I just said yes to everything and signed the contracts. Randy, you handle Emma's work. That's an order from the CO. You can't just agree to everything and sign contracts. Didn't your father teach you that? And you can't use your authority for personal matters. Come on. Why do you always get in my way? You were the one who ratted me out to Dad the other day, right? He didn't say who it was, but I figured it out from this conversation. I never intended to get in your way. I'm just doing the right thing. Are you saying I'm not doing the right thing? Enough. You're fired. Fired. Do you understand? Clean up your stuff and get out of this company. Erase all your data and don't come back. You're a hindrance, and we don't need old people like you. I want to hire new people, so don't come in tomorrow. Stop clinging to Grandpa's legacy. What was he even saying? I couldn't understand at all. At the same time, something inside me snapped. I had immense gratitude for the first and second COs, but if this incomprehensible person was to become CO, I couldn't stay. I decided it was enough and left the CO's office without a word. Heading to the office, he told me to delete all the data, and if it's an order from the CO, so be it. I was told not to have any more involvement, so I decided to wipe all the data on my computer. I erased the data and shredded all the documents. Holding back tears, I packed up my things. Then, Emma rushed over, looking worried.
Randy, you're finally back. How did it go? He yelled at you, right? I'm sorry for causing trouble. And why are you packing your things? I saw you shredding a lot of documents earlier. What happened?
Emma, it's not your fault. I seem to have upset the CO over something unrelated to the project, and I was told I'm fired. Thank you for everything. As Emma stood there in shock, other employees started to gather around. They seemed puzzled and couldn't understand why I was being fired. As I was surrounded and questioned, a loud voice echoed. Hey, what are you all doing? Get back to work. And you, Randy, come here for a second. Bring your things. Emma, wait here. I need to talk to you later. Emma looked displeased. Sensing this, I whispered to her. Don't worry about me, but I want to help you. As long as I'm still here, I'm your supervisor. Go home while I'm talking to Benjamin. You never know what he might do if you stay. I'll talk to Fred about this, so tell him everything. With that, I headed towards Benjamin. Benjamin glared at me the entire time until I got close. When I got in front of him, he jerked his chin, signaling me to follow. We walked a bit to the break area. Then, Benjamin turned around, smirking, and handed me a brown envelope. Hey, I'm considering this as a voluntary resignation, so don't expect severance pay. What? Voluntary resignation? Yeah, but you've dedicated yourself to this company for what? 25 years. I thought it'd be cruel to leave you with nothing, so here's a little severance from me. Take a look inside the envelope. I opened the envelope and found the money. It was $3. I was stunned, and Benjamin started laughing as if he could read my thoughts. Look at you. That face is priceless. It's a gift from me. Isn't this funny? Oh, this is hilarious. I checked your file. You're a poor kid from a single-parent household and a high school dropout, right? This amount should be more than enough. Thanks for being a loyal cog in the company machine and never getting married. I couldn't say anything in response. I just couldn't understand the person standing in front of me. Was he even human? I'd heard it's best not to accept money like this, so I smiled and handed the envelope back to Benjamin. Thank you for everything. With that, I passed the stunned Benjamin and headed home. I wondered how Andrew and Fred could be such good people, yet Benjamin turned out the way he did. But I couldn't find an answer. I called all our business partners to inform them I had been fired and to express my gratitude for their support. After the last call, I turned off my phone. At that moment, I broke down in tears. Why did I, who had worked so hard, deserve such treatment? I cried until I was exhausted and then fell into a deep sleep. When I woke up, it was past noon. I thought I might have overslept, but I washed my face and spent the day relaxing with my phone off. The next day, after breakfast, I turned my phone back on and saw an overwhelming number of missed calls. Most were from Benjamin, but there was also a missed call from Fred, so I decided to call him back first. Hello, Fred? Sorry, I had my phone turned off. Oh, Randy, are you okay? I heard from Emma. When I asked Benjamin, he said the company was in trouble because you weren't answering your phone. I need to hear both sides of the story to make a fair judgment. I can't favor one side, so can you come to the office? Emma said she'd come later too, and I want to talk to the three of us first. Is that all right? It seems like things are pretty serious. The number of missed calls indicated it was urgent. If you're there, I'll come to the office. I'll get ready now, so please wait a bit. Ah, thank you. I'll be waiting in the CO's office, so come over as soon as you're ready. I'll be waiting. With that, I ended the call. At that moment, I got a call from Benjamin. Although I'd see him soon anyway, I decided to pick up. Hello, you seem to be in quite a bind. What's going on? You finally answered. What the hell did you do? And where is the data you were managing? Calm down. I didn't do anything. I just followed the orders you gave as the CO. What? What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. Yes, you did. You said it clearly in the CO's office the day before yesterday. And you should know, all conversations in the CO's office and break area are recorded. Andrew taught me to record or film anything that felt off. Grandpa told you that. So what? It's all lies. You're bluffing. Stop pretending to be tough. Just give me the data. I'm telling you, you ordered it. You told me to erase all the data and cut ties with the company. Did I say that? Even if I did, it was a joke. You shouldn't have taken it seriously. Who would actually delete the data just because they were told to? Someone right here. If it had been just any employee, I might have thought better of it. But since it was a CO's order, I had no choice. Damn it. So, ever since you left, our clients have been canceling their contracts one after another. This is your doing, isn't it? Is it? I just told all the clients who trusted me that I was fired, as you ordered me to cut ties with the company. So that's why. What have you done? I don't get it. Are you trying to destroy this company? Weren't you grateful for everything it did for you? If you're grateful, call the clients and beg them to reinstate the contracts. If everything goes back to normal, I'll rehire you. Deal? I am grateful to Andrew and Fred, but I don't feel that way about you, not even a little bit. Why not? I've helped you. You're repaying kindness with betrayal. Kindness? What kindness? Anyway, Fred called me, so I'll go talk to him. Let's discuss this there. Wait, what did you say? Dad is coming here? Yes, he should arrive before I do. Stop it. Don't tell him anything. Tell him not to come. Please, I'm begging you. I heard a loud shout. Benjamin, from the other end of the phone, and then the call was abruptly cut off. It must have been Fred arriving. I guessed it was time for me to head over as well. I reluctantly got up and headed to the office. When I arrived, I peeked into the office and noticed it seemed rather empty. Wondering what was going on, I approached one of the remaining employees. Ah, Randy, good to see you. You've got to hear this. We've been getting calls from clients canceling their contracts, and when everyone was about to go out for sales, the CO started yelling. He told us to leave immediately if we weren't going to do anything, so everyone went home. On top of that, people are saying they'll quit if you don't come back, or if Fred doesn't return. It's chaos. What's going to happen to us? Please come back, Randy. I'm sorry for causing trouble for all of you. I'm here to resolve this. Fred is here too, so please wait a bit. Leaving those words behind, I headed to the CEO's office. I knocked and entered the room saying, "Excuse me." I saw Benjamin standing there in the corner. "I've been waiting for you. Please, take a seat over there." I sat down in front of the CEO. Benjamin glared at me the whole time. Fred had Benjamin sit next to him. All right, now that we're all here, let's get to the point. First, let's hear Benjamin's side. Dad, listen to me. Randy has been interfering with my relationship with Emma. He said he's grateful to Grandpa and you, but doesn't care about me. And then he left suddenly. After that, he spread false information to our clients and disappeared. Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't this incredible? If that's true, it's terrible, but I won't make a decision based on one side story. Just as my father did, I will follow his way. Next, Randy, let's hear your side. All right, Benjamin seems to be saying things quite differently. Shut up. What I'm saying is the truth, right, Dad? Be quiet. Don't interrupt others. It's disgraceful. Sorry, Randy. Please continue. Sure. To put it simply, Benjamin signed a nonsensical contract without consulting the team and forced it on a subordinate. When I went to confirm this with him, the CEO's office was littered with roses and candles. He was using the CEO's office for personal matters. Well, he told me to call Emma because he wanted to ask her out. I refused, and he accused me of interfering in his love life. So Benjamin was lying about being in a relationship with Emma. As Fred finished speaking, the door to the CEO's office opened.
There is no truth to his claims. I can provide evidence if needed. I'll participate in this discussion too.
With that, Emma entered the room. Benjamin turned pale. Emma sat down next to me. Once she was seated, I continued speaking. Emma has always said this. When I pointed out the issues with the project in Emma, Benjamin got angry and declared me fired. He told me to erase the data and never come back to the company. So I did. Benjamin, do you have any objections to this? It's all lies. Don't believe him, Dad. Oh, one more thing. I've worked at this company for nearly 25 years. If I'm leaving, I should receive a proper severance package. Isn't that right, Fred? Yes, Randy should receive about $400,000. The average is $200,000. So considering Randy's years of service, position, workload, and qualifications, it should be around that amount. Wait, 200,000 is the average? Has Randy worked that much? Yes. If you had paid attention, you'd know. Randy has worked for 25 years, has a position, handles 3 times the workload of others, and holds numerous qualifications. Even 400,000 seems a bit low. No way. Thank you for the high evaluation. But Benjamin, the severance you offered was what? You only offered me $3, and it was supposed to be considered a voluntary resignation. Of course, I didn't accept the $3. Benjamin, oh my God, what are you doing? How could you think that was acceptable? And a voluntary resignation? What were you thinking? You're believing him without proof, Dad. It's all lies. Oh, Benjamin, I think I mentioned on the phone that I have a habit of turning on my voice recorder when I sense something is wrong. A habit taught to me by the first CO, Andrew. Fred, Please go ahead and check the recordings. I handed the voice recorder to Fred. He started playing the recording right there. As he listened, Fred's face turned redder and redder, while Benjamin's face turned pale. When the recording finished, Fred let out a deep sigh. I deeply apologize for the immense trouble caused by my foolish son. Fred began to apologize to me, so I quickly stopped him. Please don't do that, Fred. I don't want an apology from you. It should come from Benjamin himself. I am only grateful to you and Andrew. Thank you, Randy. You're right. He needs to apologize himself. Hey, Benjamin. Yes. I'm sorry, Randy. Apologize properly. As an adult and as the CO, apologize sincerely. Benjamin. Yes. I deeply apologize for causing so much trouble to you, Randy. And to you, Emma. I forgive you. Thank you, Randy. Emma, I will spend my life making it up to you. Marry me.
Sigh, you still don't get it. I take back my forgiveness.
What? Why? You still don't understand what you did wrong. Benjamin Scott, I am removing you from the position of CO, and I am ending our family relationship here. Get out of here now. Benjamin ran out of the CO's office in tears. I guess he was beyond recovery. I hoped he would understand the gravity of his actions. Randy, Emma, I am truly sorry for what happened. It's our fault for spoiling him too much. Please forgive us.
I said I wouldn't forgive him. But if you're saying this, Fred, then I can let it go.
I'm not angry anymore either. I hate to ask this after all that's happened, but would you be willing to work at the company again? I'll take full responsibility and see my role as CO through to the end.
Of course, you've helped me so much, Fred. I'll do my best.
I'll do my best too. Fred, I'll support you. Just let me know if you need help. Let's focus on getting your condition treated. Thank you, Emma. Randy. With Fred back as CO and Emma and me returning, the employees who were planning to quit decided to stay. When we explained the situation directly to our clients, they agreed to resume their contracts. To support Fred, I've been working as the acting CO on his clinic days. Since then, Emma and I have had dinner together and talked about many things.
Randy, thank you for inviting me to dinner. It's been quite a tough time, but I'm glad everything was resolved.
Thank you for joining me.
I can't believe you've been with the company for 25 years. You don't look that old at all.
Yes, people often tell me I look younger, but I feel my age. Anyway, I'll keep guiding you strictly, so be prepared. Looking forward to working with you as a great partner.
Seriously, you look younger. When I heard it in the CO's office, I was so surprised I almost shouted. Oh, and well, when you say partner, do you mean just for work or also for life?
Well, there's a 30-year age gap. It's like we're parent and child. You're a great person, Emma, and you deserve someone much better than me. You've got a long road ahead, so keep striving.
No, I don't want anyone else. I've liked you since the day I joined.
Are you sure about this, old man? I'm in my 60s.
I want to be with you, Randy. I'm in my 30s after all.
I've been thinking about you too, Emma. I look forward to spending time with you too. Now, I have a wonderful job and a lovely, kind girlfriend. I couldn't be happier. Emma and I are getting married. I never thought I'd get married at this age after dedicating my life to work. And Fred's condition is improving. His recovery is going well, and he's determined to be completely cured. I don't know what happened to Benjamin after that. From what Fred mentioned, he might be working day jobs and trying to straighten himself out. Life is unpredictable, and that's what makes it so interesting.